YouTube, it's M1NDxBEND3R here, and instead of the new year, new me, I just got a new setup instead. I'm using a light box now, it's pretty cool. I hope it looks good. Anyway, let's check out this Lego thing I got in front of me. This is the Guardian mech suit. And for those of you who are kind of tired of me building mech suits and just want me to go back to Transformers, I would say, hey, maybe stick around. Maybe this thing does something that's kind of neat. I don't know. Let's find out together. Here we go. Anyway, putting that annoying voice aside, let's take a look at the Guardian. A whole lot of different things kind of pooled together in my mind to give me inspiration to build this. One of them being the game Titanfall, which I have not played, but I do get compared to it a lot, probably because I build a lot of mechs. People tell me that it reminds them of Titanfall, so I looked into Titanfall, and hey, it's kind of a cool idea. Another thing was D.Va from Overwatch and her mech. Another game I've not played, but I just like how it looks. I actually picked up the Lego Overwatch D.Va set the other day, and it's very, very fun. What was the third thing? The third thing was the old Exoforce set, specifically the Grand Titan. Just kind of the way this mech looked with its very muscular, very stocky build. Kind of reminds me of the Grand Titan. And the reason I built this, well, was, aside from all that many sources of inspiration, the reason I built this was because a while back I showed off the Angel Fire mech suit, which in my Prometheus military is mainly meant to be for aerial combat, kind of an airborne mech. And I really like that idea, but it left kind of a gap in my military for a ground force mech. So that's what this is. That's what the Guardian is meant to be. And the Guardian kind of has, whereas the Angel Fire was quite sleek and quite slender, this is much more bulky and stocky and looks a lot heavier and tougher, and that's absolutely intentional. It's also more heavily armed. It's got a slightly different build for these underslung arm cannons. A little bit different than what the Angel Fire had, but its main difference is coming up to the top. You'll notice it's got this big old rack of missiles up there, and that's just to provide a little bit more firepower because, you know, he's not got any kind of aerial advantage. He's right down in the thick of it, so I just wanted to arm him up. Despite its bulky appearance, I do imagine this being actually quite quick and a little bit agile, due mainly in part to the fact that along the back of its legs here, you'll notice I added a pair of thrusters. They don't really look strong enough to enable it to fly, but I do imagine they would add like kind of a double jump like you get in a lot of video games. Just things to make it a little bit quicker on the ground. What else can we look at? Oh yeah, the pilot compartment I very much like. You just flip this up, and these two panels open up, and this folds down, and that is how the pilot comes out. Just taking a look at him. Just taking a quick look at the pilot, you can see he is just my standard Prometheus guy. Nothing too special about him, so we'll get back to his mech now. Now, something I really want to point out before I show off what this mech can really do is on the inside of its forearms here, you'll notice it has a small pistol. And that is actually meant for the pilot to use. It's got him on both arms. But you may be asking, why does this mech with giant cannons and a missile rack need to provide its pilot with small missiles? And the answer is, this mech is called the Guardian for a reason. Basically, it is meant to be more of a partner to its pilot than simply a vehicle. So obviously the minifigure can sit inside and drive it around and, you know, participate in heavy combat, but in maybe situations where stealth is needed or a little bit of recon, the pilot can actually get out of the mech, grab one of the pistols, and go off to do something. And while he does that, the mech itself, oh no, you're seeing the sides, the mech itself transforms a bit, and I'm actually quite proud of this. This took me way too long to figure out, but here we go. So basically, just get the ball joints all here ready. Flip the cockpit up, fold these out to the side, fold this down, and then you'll notice these two lift arms here, and that's where the main shift takes place. Just kind of click everything around, fold that up, fold these down, fold out this back piece, which obviously becomes a head. And I like to take this little flap and just fold it up as well. It just looks nice to me. The canopy folds very nicely into the chest, and then you just reposition everything for kind of to suit the new profile. The body does change shape quite a bit. He goes from being very stocky to Still looking muscular, but a bit more slender now that he doesn't have to hold a pilot. Get that missile rack looking nice. And boom! There is the Guardian Mech. Now more of a Guardian robot. Back. Because I hate showing the sides. There we go. And we'll put its pilot next to it. So this is not meant to be like a proper transformer. I don't imagine this thing being alive or anything like that. This is more of a drone, think of it that way, you know, just kind of a partner to the pilot, and the two of them can the pilot can be, like I said, performing recon or maybe getting into spaces that are far too big for a mech, while the mech itself is providing cover fire or an Overwatch sort of support kind of thing. I don't know. I just like the idea of a pilot having a partnership with its mech rather than just, you know, controlling it like another vehicle. So that was the idea behind the Guardian. And yeah, I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. Alright guys, until next time, I want to thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really like this video, feel free to subscribe. Also, check out my Instagram page if you want to see a lot of the stuff that I just haven't gotten around to putting on YouTube yet. It usually tends to go on Instagram a lot quicker than YouTube. So if you want to see the stuff I've been cooking up, definitely check that out. Anyway, self-plugs are out of the way. So guys, see you next time. Bye-bye.